And we're back.
We are back.
All right. Today we're going to go through the graduation diploma seals and honors diplomas.
Yes, in our previous videos, we've talked about the graduation credits, graduation competency piece, and finally, we're going to discuss the seals. Ironically, the little tiny piece down here, in proportion to the big pieces up here, is a little bit misleading when you get over to here. So Ms. Tucker is going to talk us through the graduation seals and touch on some of the criteria, and then I will finish up with honors diploma.
Yeah, so to be honest, when we took a look at the new graduation seal information that came out from the Ohio Department of Education, the guidance office was really overwhelmed. There's a lot of new information and it still is evolving. Some direction from the Ohio Department of Education on how we will report this back to them is still being developed. So here's what we know for now. We know that there are 11 different seals that students can choose from. Students have to choose 2. And if you are in the class of 2023, 2024, or 2025, this applies to you. So we need students, when we're doing scheduling in a couple weeks, to choose 2 seals that they're going to work towards. And if you just skimmed through this sheet, it can look really overwhelming. But as we mapped it out, we think that they're a little more manageable than they appear at first glance. So there are 3 local seals. So you can see on the left, the student engagement seal is a local seal, community service is a local seal, and also the fine and performing arts seal is a local seal. What that means is we at Springboro High School develop the criteria for these seals, and we have a little flexibility in how we allow our students to earn those. If you scroll down a little bit further, you'll see the others are Ohio defined seals. And what that means is the state of Ohio and the Ohio Department of Education have come up with the criteria for how you can earn those seals. So this looks like a lot. And if we were high school students, we would be thinking, oh my gosh, how are we going to do this? But if we take a look at those local seals first, we feel like the criteria that we've developed along with some other schools in our area, we feel pretty like these are pretty doable for our students. So we want kids to be engaged and part of our school community all the time. So the student engagement seal is a great option for anybody who participates in extracurriculars. That could be an after school club or a sport. And you can read the criteria to see that you have to participate in one student group or a sport for 3 units. And a unit is either a season, a school year, or an activity, just depending on which one you choose. So, if you are somebody who is an athlete and you play basketball and you know you're going to be working towards those PE waivers for 2 seasons, well, you'll also have the opportunity to earn the student engagement seal if you participate for a 3rd season. So today we're not going to read through every bit of the criteria for each one of these, but just give you an overview, and then students will be able to access this document again in their Google Drive. So we also have this community service seal that, a lot of our students at Springboro participate in a volunteer activity outside of school. There are a lot of students who also participate in things like teen mentoring, ROTC, some sort of tutoring through NHS, who earn those community service hours through various activities that they participate in. So 120 hours, when you're thinking about it, seems like a lot, but if you start as a freshman and you earn some of those hours each year, it's not that overwhelming. The same thing with the fine and performing arts seal. It's actually similar to the first one that we talked about. If a student participates in band, strings, if a student participates in choir or in our plays or any sort of visual or graphic art program, you can earn this seal through earning 1 credit in fine art program. So these things are exciting, and we know that students can track this information on their own, what they've participated in, but we also in the guidance department track memberships for different student clubs and activities, so we'll help with this as well. If you take a look, starting with the Ohio SEALs, you know, it's exciting because these are really doable things for a lot of our students. If you are a student who has taken biology and you take that end of course exam and you place proficient, you've earned that seal. So there's one criteria that if you meet that one, awesome. If not, there are other options. It's sort of like when we were talking about the competency section, there are ors on each of these. So things that you can do instead of the first piece of the criteria. The citizenship seal, earning a proficient on American history or American government end of course exam is one of the criteria. We have a lot of students at Springboro who do that. If you know that science or history are not your strength, you may not want to pick one of these seals to work towards. We want students to focus on things that they know are their strengths. And so you can pick one of the local seals, but you also then have to pick one of the Ohio seals. You can pick 2 Ohio seals, but you can't pick 2 local seals. So as you're looking through this and thinking about yourself and the areas where you know you are stronger maybe than others, you may want to work towards the science seal and the citizenship seal, and that would be totally fine because those are both state of Ohio defined seals. We'll talk a little bit more about honors diplomas in the next section of this video, but that is a seal option, and Mr. Collins will kind of talk to us about that as we move on. The college ready seal, that means you're earning remediation free scores on the ACT and SAT, and as a junior you'll understand a little bit more what those are, but as you're currently in 8th, 9th, or 10th grade, you may not want to pick this one right off the bat because you don't know if that's going to be a possibility for you right now. The technology seal, if you're somebody who is really excited about being part of some of our tech programs here at the high school or through the Career Center, you may want to consider that seal. Industry recognized credentials are something we mentioned in an earlier video, but you can get those through any of the Warren County Career Center programs. Also, the seal of biliteracy is if you are in a foreign language and you're interested in showing that you're proficient in English and another world language, that may be an option for you. There is a document that we have that has more criteria about that. So if your student is interested in that seal, please have them sign up to see their school counselor. And then the Ohio Means Jobs Readiness seal. I'm just going to be honest, this one's a big one. It has a lot of work to do with it. We put it at the bottom for a little bit of a reason, and that's because the link, if you would click on that, Mr. Collins, you don't need to, but families will still have the same active link, and they'll be able to take a look at the Ohio Means Jobs criteria. If this is something students are interested in, they need to sign up to see their school counselor right away to get a game plan for it, because it has quite a bit of information with it, and a little more work to do. You know, one of the things about working in Springboro for a long time and working with a lot of families here, I know, and Mr. Collins, you probably will agree with me, we're going to have families who ask, well, what if I want to earn more than 2 seals? For now, we're asking, let's just start with 2. You know, you can earn all 11 of these if you would like to, but to graduate, you have to earn 2. So once students complete 2, they are more than welcome to get with their school counselor and come up with a plan for completing as many as they would like to. But we would like students and families to focus on 2 to start with, complete those, talk to us about the proof that they completed them, and then move on if you want to do more of those. So, you know, we are excited about the options that kids have, but it can be overwhelming if you get too many of these on your plate.
Yeah, I think that's important to interject about trying to do more than what's required. Could be one, very confusing to try to keep organized. And to our knowledge at this point, these really have no bearing on any college admissions or post-high school training options. These are simply Ohio's commitment to providing proof that the students are ready to graduate from high school, either go on to college or for career readiness. So yeah, that's my 2 cents worth for that piece.
Yep.
So
All right, and as we move on to the honors diploma criteria that Mr. Collins is going to talk about, keep in mind this is one of the SEAL options, but students don't have to work towards an honors diploma. This is just another option. So something else to say that you have a specialized area upon graduation from Springboro High School.
Yes, over the last 20 plus years, the honors diploma has been an award given to students that have met academic criteria, specifically in the first example here, the true academic honors diploma, which the majority of the criteria gets taken care of based on the classes that you scheduled during your 4 years in school. Meeting the academic graduation requirements, the credits component, will almost always give you an academic honors diploma, with 2 exceptions. You have to have a GPA of at least 3.5, and you have to score 27 or higher on the ACT. Compare that to the other SEALs. There is the college readiness SEAL, which requires a score of 18 on the English portion and a 22 on the math portion of the ACT. So you can get that SEAL, but not meet the criteria for an academic honors diploma. In addition to that, they expanded the honors diploma options to the career tech programs that are across the state of Ohio. The academic requirements are slightly different than what they are for an academic diploma. Excuse me, the academic honors diploma. And it includes field experience, a portfolio, and additional assessments that are used within the industry. Within the industry credentials, that goes back to another SEAL option that is on our previous page. So those you can see by knocking out one of those, I can potentially get 2 of them at the same time. If you are really focused on science, technology, engineering, and math, there is a focus of a STEM honors diploma. Again, I'm not going to go through each one of these specific criteria, but this is an all list, an all-inclusive list. There's no ORs in here with the exception of what test score you get. There is a fine arts academic honors diploma, and you can see that that requires fine arts credits above and beyond what the normal Ohio academic honors diploma requires. I'm getting tongue-tied with this. This is confusing.
It's a lot to say, like fine arts academic honors diploma. You guys try it at home.
Got it. Okay, so moving on. The civic and social sciences would be government, U.S. history, those types of classes become more of a focus in your elective choices for scheduling. And again, it ties to some field experience and portfolio. And we have a number of students that get involved with at the Board of Elections and work with candidates and those kinds of things, or they're working with the city managers and getting internship things moving for them. Those would be categorized under these field experiences. So of these options, a large majority of our students for the last 20 years have earned an academic honors diploma. Now that is being converted to one of the SEAL options that you can meet. So to tie all of this up, you have to earn 2 SEALs from this list. Only one of those can be a local SEAL. This list is written in order of which we think is probably the most popular for our kids to do.
Yes.
If you choose an honors diploma, then you have to meet the next set of criteria under which type of honors diploma. So that's how these 2 tabs are linked together at the bottom of our page. That wraps up our graduation requirements videos.
Do you want to just do one more video with some other information? Because we finally are in the swing of this, I think.
Well, there's also more videos coming with how to schedule, so.
There are. So be looking out for your grade level specific scheduling videos. Those will help families work through our scheduling process since we won't be meeting with parents in person this year. We'll be going to the junior high and into English classrooms here to talk about scheduling, but we'll also post those for you, and you'll get to see some other counselors besides the two of us talking you through the scheduling process.
Yes.
So, thank you for your time. Mr. Collins, thanks for your time.
Ms. Tucker, I just want to say you did a fabulous job
Thank you so much.
in changing your wardrobe between the videos.
I know we didn't coordinate our blue shirts today, but
Was well done.
We'll
Very
try
well
next time. We'll try next time.
done. All right.
All right. Thank you, and contact your counselor with questions.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.